A fascinating new study just published in Medarex suggests a potential revolution in the way that we understand the COVID vaccines and possible evidence for the widely suspected shedding phenomena. It's titled Evidence for Aerosol Transfer of SARS-CoV-2 Specific Humoral Immunity. Before we go any further, let me warn you that as you listen to this, you may begin to wonder to yourself if another conspiracy theory is about to move into the "we always knew that" category. The study first reports that COVID-specific antibodies were found in some surgical masks worn by vaccinated lab workers. But that's not the interesting part. They also found that unvaccinated children of vaccinated adults had COVID antibodies, whereas children of unvaccinated adults did not have the antibodies. The researchers theorized that the injected parents must be exhaling the antibodies in aerosols. The researchers noted that nothing like this had ever been seen before, concluding, "The data we show provides evidence for a new mechanism by which herd immunity may be manifested, the aerosol transfer of antibodies between immune and non-immune hosts." Unfortunately, the researchers did not investigate whether the children's antibodies could be the result of spike protein shedding by injected parents, nor did their conclusion explain how antibodies could be aerosolized when it is well known that the injections do not create a mucosal antibodies. Two things obviously that would have been really good to know. Now you might think that's the end of the story. Not so, my friends. While the researchers stated that nothing like this had ever been seen before, apparently that's not completely accurate. Obviously, they weren't aware or missed reading an interesting March 18th, 2022 article in National Geographic headlined, "The Controversial Quest to Make a Contagious Vaccine." The article's first paragraph reads, "Imagine a cure that's as contagious as the disease it fights, a vaccine that could replicate in a host body and spread to others nearby, quickly and easily, protecting a whole population from microbial attacks. That's the goal of several teams around the world who are reviving controversial research to develop self-spreading vaccines." Really interesting, no? The article describes a 1999 field test of a self-spreading vaccine conducted on Isla de El Air off the Spanish coast. The results showed that 56% of unvaccinated wild rabbits had vaccine antibodies, presumably received from exposure to vaccinated rabbits that had been captured, injected, and released. In other words, the contagious vaccine worked in 1999. That's 23 years ago. National Geographic said, renewed interest in funding for the technology popped up again around 2016. The article explained that each of these contagious vaccines uses a cytomegalovirus, or CMVs, a group that belongs to the herpes family. The herpes family, which coincidentally includes shingles, something we've heard a lot about lately, huh? The article ends by quoting Alec Redwood, a principal research fellow at the University of Western Australia, who has been working on contagious vaccines. He said, "The way that I like to think about it is that it may never be used, but it's better to have something in the cupboard that can be used and is mature if we need it. And to say, let's just not do this research because it's too dangerous, to me, that makes no sense at all." Also, coincidentally, it was an Australian lab that first announced they'd isolated the COVID virus, which allowed Pfizer and Moderna to start work on their injections. Now, just when I think things couldn't get any weirder, somehow they managed to. Not sure about you, but given the track record of the experts, I, for one, don't have a whole lot of confidence that nothing couldn't go wrong with a contagious vaccine plan. Do you? Anyway, thanks for watching. I do appreciate it. The links to the 2 articles will be in the notes section. As always, please post any comments you have. You can follow me on my Rumble and my Locals account, and I will see you next time.